Decaffeinated coffee, that sounds healthy at first. No heart palpitations, no sleep problems, no stress. But many people don't realize this coffee may have chemical residues that can harm your health. And if you choose the right coffee, it can even have anti-inflammatory, liver protective, and life-extending effects. What you absolutely need to pay attention to if you're a coffee lover, you'll find out now. And the last point will surprise you. Well, coffee has had a mixed reputation for years. On one hand, there's the high caffeine content, which can cause restlessness, heart palpitations, or stomach problems in sensitive people. So, coffee can also disturb sleep, raise blood pressure, and irritate the adrenal glands in some people. But coffee is not just a pick-me-up. It contains over 1,000 bioactive plant compounds, including chlorides, chlorogenic acids, polyphenols, antioxidants, all of which together have anti-inflammatory effects, can protect the liver, and even potentially have anti-cancer properties. Studies show that 1 to 2 cups of high-quality organic coffee per day can even be associated with a longer life expectancy and a lower risk of type 2 diabetes, Parkinson's, and liver diseases, if it is well tolerated. What's important here is, of course, the quality makes all the difference. Organic coffee contains no pesticide residues, no mold toxins, and is also processed more gently. And that's a very clear difference compared to conventional coffee. Many people choose decaffeinated coffee because they like the taste, like I do, but want to avoid caffeine, like me. For example, because otherwise they would have trouble sleeping. They might also notice their heart beating faster, or it could be because they're pregnant. But what many people don't know is that the decaffeination of conventional coffee is usually a chemical process, and it's really something. The most common method is the so-called solvent process using dichloromethane. In this process, caffeine is extracted from the raw coffee bean using exactly these substances. Dichloromethane is suspected of being carcinogenic, can affect the nervous system, the central nervous system, put a strain on the liver, and even disrupt cell function. Even small residues in the final product can be critical over time, especially if you drink it regularly and in large amounts. What's even more problematic is that these residues don't have to be declared on the packaging. So as a consumer, you usually don't even know which process was used to treat your coffee. However, there is a healthy and absolutely harmless alternative, and here it is: the carbon dioxide 2 or steam process, also called the Swiss water process. And in this process, the caffeine is extracted from the bean purely physically, without any chemicals, using hot water, thyme, and an activated charcoal filter. And the big advantage is that the secondary plant compounds are almost completely preserved, and the flavor remains mild, while your body isn't burdened with problematic chemicals. You can usually recognize these coffees by a note like decaffeinated, decaffeinated with steam, or decaffeinated without solvents. In the organic segment, this process is standard, so if you want decaf, please choose organic or at least chemical-free. So I mean with decaffeinated coffee that it was also decaffeinated using coffee steam. Since we're discussing quality, coffee type also matters. Arabica beans are considered higher quality. On one hand, they contain less caffeine, fewer bitter substances, have a finer aroma, and are also better tolerated. Robusta beans, on the other hand, contain more caffeine and more chlorogenic acids. That's why they taste stronger, but also often harsher and are harder to digest. So for sensitive people or those with reflux, Arabica from organic cultivation is usually the better choice, whether with or without caffeine. So it's not the coffee that's the problem, but the way it's decaffeinated. If you drink decaffeinated coffee because you're sensitive to caffeine, that's perfectly fine. But only if you also pay attention to the quality. Stay away from products without labeling, from supermarkets without an organic seal or without a clearly identifiable decaffeination method. Instead, choose certified organic coffee. That way, you get the taste and the benefits of the plant compounds, but without toxic additives. Do you know a coffee lover, or do you also know people who only drink decaffeinated coffee? Then be sure to share this video with them, because I believe they need this information.